Yeah, I hung out with a few friends. It was nothing crazy, although I was seeing around town that there were cops everywhere and all types of things happening. I think in Lawrence, with COVID going on and students, you just really never know what's going to happen. Every holiday has been kind of different. But it was really cold. It wasn't too bad on Halloween, but before that, the weather was not ideal. It was definitely freezing for a little bit. Not ideal at all. Although I was curious about trick-or-treating. Did you hear anything about that?
Well, I was actually down on Mass Street in Lawrence with my parents. They did come up this weekend, and as we were eating dinner, there was a bunch of people, like from kids to like older adults, that were walking around in costume. And I think a few stores were like passing out candy to the kids because, of course, that's something you want to do as a child. You want to dress up and get free candy. So
Absolutely. I was talking to my parents back from Wichita, and they were giving out candy. Although I was curious if parents were making their kids wear masks or if their costumes just covered their faces in general. I was curious about that, but I didn't really hear anything about it. So we do have election coming up on Tuesday. How are we feeling about that?
I have no idea what's going to happen. I can't believe we're either going to have the same president or a new president tomorrow. A few of my classes actually are giving us the option of going in person, so we have the opportunity and the time to go out there and vote because every vote counts. So have you voted yet?
I actually haven't. I definitely want to, though. I just haven't had the time yet. I've been really slammed with classes. I definitely want to. I had the same thing. My professors did send out an email saying that we had the option for in-person classes because it's election week. I've seen a bunch of scary things online on like things just like TikTok of almost every building in New York and Washington, D.C. is boarded up because people are so concerned about rioting right now, which is insane to think about. It's just whatever happens, people are probably gonna go crazy, so there's no way of knowing.
No matter what, like I feel like it's just gonna be a lot of chaos after Tuesday, and just everyone has to stay safe, of course. But yeah.
Absolutely. Also, we're going home in a few weeks. How do you feel about that?
I'm counting down the days. Like I'm just ready to go home because I feel like we just like haven't had like a day off, like a long weekend.
Absolutely.
And I've been so far away from home. I'm about 9 hours, so I'm just ready to be in my bed, in my bedroom, be with my parents and the rest of my family. How are you feeling about going back home?
I feel good. I'm super excited to see my family, although I know that Thanksgiving is going to be a lot different this year because of COVID. I actually just had one of my cousins reach out to me today saying that they probably won't be able to make it because they're concerned about getting like my grandparents sick. They're just from Ohio, but just state travel in general is super risky right now. So it's weird to think that all holidays are just not going to be the same at all. But I'm excited we'll be able to make it good with my family, and I know that you guys will be able to do the same. So I'm super pumped about that. So we're actually not all here today. Olivia is in Florida. So we'll bring Olivia on. Hi, Olivia. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So tell us about Florida. Tell us about what you're doing there.
So I came to Florida with 4 of my best friends because one of them just finished brain cancer treatment, and it went really well. It was a clinical trial for a really rare pediatric brain cancer. And so a medical company basically just wanted to give him a free trip, and he was super nice and brought all of us on it. And yeah, it's been great. We've been having so much fun.
That's awesome. I'm so excited that you get to do that and that he's well and that you guys are there. Where in Florida are you at?
I'm in Key West, Florida.
That's so much fun. Are you guys in an Airbnb or in a resort, a hotel?
We're staying in an Airbnb, and it's really close to the downtown area in Key West, which has been fun. That we can just kind of walk across the street, and there's shops and restaurants, so it's been really good.
For sure. I always felt like the restaurants in Florida were like abnormally good every time I went. Are you a seafood person?
I'm not a huge seafood person, no. A lot of my friends have been getting like tuna and stuff, and I'm too scared to try it.
That's understandable. It's like if you weren't born a seafood person, you probably won't be as you age. Are you close to the beach?
We're not super close, but we actually rented a golf cart, so it's about a 10-minute drive on that to the beach.
Well, I'm so happy that you're able to be there and that you were able to join us as well. How many people are you with? Like, what's the Airbnb like?
So it's really nice. It's 3 bedrooms, and there's 5 of us, so I'm sharing a room with my 2 girlfriends, and then the guys each have their own room. Lucky them, but that's okay. I mean, we're still having fun either way.
Well, I'm so glad that you're having fun. We're actually going to cut and we're going to come back with our interview, and we'll be back with Olivia.
Hi everyone, and welcome back. I am now joined with Frantz. Can you tell me a little bit about the club you're a part of?
Yeah, so I'm on the recruitment committee of Kansas Miracle, and basically what my job is to just get it out there, get the organization out there, and recruit people to join and fundraise.
That's awesome. That sounds like such a good time. So I know with COVID right now, you guys can't do a lot of events in person. So what are some ways that you guys fundraise for the organization?
Yeah, so what we're fundraising for is to like help families that are in the pediatric unit at the University of Kansas Health System, and just provide emotional support so that they feel like they're not alone. And it's also can be very expensive to stay in the hospital for a long period of time, especially if your son or daughter has cancer. So basically our main event is it's the dance marathon, but we can't do that because of COVID, because we can't have a lot of people in one area. So we've changed it to Miracle Month, and it's the month of March. And we're doing various like virtual and just individual events. But we haven't figured out every single event that we're doing, but they'll be kind of similar to the ones we did for Miracle Week, which was just a couple weeks ago. So for that, we did Venmo boards and bingo boards on Instagram to raise money. We did a trivia night. We did a raffle, and you could buy a ticket for $2, and you got to win an Amazon, an Echo Amazon. And then we also, that's about what we did.
That sounds awesome. So I know you're a nursing student. Now, can only people that are majoring in the medical field be a part of this club, or is it open to everyone?
No, it's really open to everyone. I just am passionate about that and wanted to get more involved in the hospital area and just helping out little kids, because that's what I want to do. But anyone is welcome to join. It's just a way to get involved in the Lawrence community and help out.
And if someone did want to get involved, like myself, where would I go to find more information about the organization, find a way to reach out to people?
So you can follow them on Instagram. It's just at Kansas Miracle, all lowercase, no spaces. And there's also a link. Right now we're doing this thing called a donor drive, and it's just raising money for kids in the hospitals to have birthday parties, because it can be kind of down, the hospital isn't always fun, so we want to create a fun atmosphere for that. And then end of chemo parties for when they finish chemotherapy, and also holiday parties, because everyone wants to have fun in the holidays, so we just want to create a fun atmosphere for them. So that's also what we're doing right now. And you can also DM them on Instagram and be added to the general body, so that you can get event notifications and just stuff like that. But if you follow them on Instagram, they always are posting stuff to keep up to date.
Well, that sounds amazing, and I want to thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned. We'll take a commercial break, and then Connor will be back with the news.
Welcome back. I'm Connor, and this is your Good Evening KU News update. Tomorrow is Election Day, and more than 95 million Americans have already voted. Due to a huge turnout in pre-election day voting, many states are reporting record numbers compared to the last election. In 2016, 136.5 million ballots were cast, so the current 95 million in the 2020 election represents 70% more. Kendall Jenner is facing backlash after throwing a Halloween-themed party to celebrate her 25th birthday at a rooftop located in West Hollywood. Kendall attended the party dressed as Pamela Anderson barbed wire character and hosted guests such as singer The Weeknd and sister Kylie Jenner. After seeing pictures and videos of the party on social media, many fans made negative comments about the lack of social distancing and use of masks in the midst of a pandemic and COVID-19 cases rising. Wow. In honor of Halloween, Today's Show host dressed up in Broadway costumes and created a tribute to Broadway musicals and stars. Broadway theaters were forced to close down in March due to the pandemic. Studio 1A celebrated many famous songs from different productions such as Dylan Dreyer and Chenille Jones with All That Jazz, as Velma Kelly and Roxy Hart. From Chicago, Craig Melvin recreated Hamilton, Jenna Bush Hager dressed as Grisabella from Cats, and several others. Taraji P. Henson has recently announced that she will be the host for the 2020 American Music Awards. This will be the Empire actress's first time hosting the award show. In the past, she has hosted the BET Soul Train Awards and Black Girls Rock award show. This year's AMAs are set to honor stars such as Justin Bieber, Taylor Swift, and Megan Thee Stallion. Not a good weekend for KU athletics, as just about every team lost. The football team showed signs of life, but eventually fell to Iowa State 52-22. Coach Liz Miles says that despite the outcome, progress is being made.
We still have improvement to take. We have to make improvement. We have to put the pieces of the team together. And right now, I think we have a view of our team in bits and pieces that you guys can see.
I knew from the time we came back from quarantine that Coach Miles and the rest of the staff put a great class together, and I knew that that they were going to be able to contribute. Most of our freshman guys are from powerhouse high schools, so that pretty much is what we expected from them. So I was very excited to see them go out there and play, and I'm very excited for Luke Grimm to make some big plays.
That was senior wide receiver Andrew Parchment talking about freshman Luke Grimm, who had 4 catches for 53 yards on Saturday. The Jayhawks will travel to Oklahoma this week to take on the Sooners. Kickoff is at 2:30 p.m. on ESPN2. And that'll wrap it up for today's news update. Please keep watching, and after the break, Halen will be back with the weather.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Good evening, Jayhawks. My name is Halen Wolhai, and I'm here with your weather forecast for this week. A couple of the headlines we're going to be seeing today. So for this week, we're going to be seeing some unseasonably warm conditions for this week, especially for the first week of November, which is a little weird. No chances for rain, not going to be seeing hardly any this week, and probably going to be seeing a cool down probably next week. Taking a look at outside right now, it is currently 68 degrees. It's pretty pleasant outside with sunny skies and winds from the south-southwest at 12 to 18 miles per hour. Current radar right now is showing us nothing's going on so far. You can see the wind is coming from the south-southwest, going to the northwest, or northeast, my bad. But nothing going on so far. Here's our evening, hour by hour evening. And as we can see, again, we're going to be sticking to the upper 50. We're going to be dropping from the 57 degrees to about 48 degrees at 9 p.m. Clear conditions, winds dying down, so it should be a relatively pleasant evening. And here's our low for the tonight. We're going to be at 39 degrees. Again, clear skies. It's going to be feeling a little bit chillier. So if you plan on going out tonight, might wear a little heavier jacket. Just just to be on the safe side. For tomorrow, though, we're going to be sitting at a high of 75 degrees. It is going to be warm and beautiful outside, so if you want to go outside, tomorrow is going to be the day to do that. Here is our extended forecast, and as I mentioned before, it is going to be pretty unseasonably warm for this week. We're going to be at 75 on Tuesday and sticking into the 70s till about Saturday, Sunday, when we're going to see a little bit of a cool down, and then going into Monday into next week, we're going to be at 53 degrees and going to be a lot more, sticking more into the 50s for next week. That is all I have for this week's weather forecast. Thank you for tuning in to Good Evening KU tonight. We hope we will be back next week. Have a good evening and stay safe, Jayhawks.